Okay, so this is once again a question for today. And number one says we're looking at the appropriation account and very, very important for 2010. Okay, and usually when you deal with cash flow statements, they will give you details for 2 years because that's how you calculate the movement. And it can be very, very confusing for students on which figures to use. So make sure you double check. And today we're concentrating on 2010. Now, the appropriation account. So whenever you are asked for accounts, I think it's very important that straight away you write down all the details, right? Or you should have this, you should know this. You should know that, hey, in an appropriation account, we have income tax, ordinary shareholders for dividends, and retained income at the end, always on the debit side. Oh, and just a reminder, appropriation is an owner's equity account. If we have a profit, it will be on the credit side because owner's equity, and retained income at the beginning goes on the credit side. One more time, retained income at the beginning will be on your credit side and at the end on the debit side. Now you need to learn these account details and you need to know, hey, ordinary shareholders dividends is paid an interim. You should know that the profit and loss amount you use is before tax, right? So I've already gone and written down the details, and for now it's basically a simple case of extracting our information. So it is a very, very long question, but let's see. So these seem like all questions really, and as far as information, it's just the extraction from income statements and trial balance, and that's really it. There's nothing more. So okay, so we know we're looking at retained income at the beginning and at the end, and we can go straight ahead and write that in. At the beginning it was 120,000, and at the end it was 200,000. So that's fairly easy. Nothing difficult required if you know which details you need to write here and where you're going to find your amounts. Pretty straightforward. Next we have profit and loss, which is given to us right here. It's the first line actually, and it's already before tax, so you don't have to calculate anything. And a reminder once again, we always use the before tax, and we're looking at 2010, so here's our amount, and that should be 420,000. Okay, next we're gonna try and find the income tax, and here it is, 147,000, and that goes right there. And hey, what do you know? We've calculated everything. Ordinary shareholders dividends. We do have, let me see, we do have shareholders for dividends. And as you know, this is the final amount. Once again, your ordinary shareholders for dividends, or sorry, not ordinary shareholders for dividends. That is incorrect. It's ordinary share dividends or dividends on ordinary shares, not shareholders. I apologize. So ordinary, I'm gonna write it, ordinary share dividends. Share dividends, okay? So we don't know what the interim amount is, but hey, we have all the other amounts and we can actually, so this is going to be our balancing amount. So if we add these two, we should get 540,000. So 540,000, and this will be the same here because it is the balancing amount. And if you take 550,000 and you subtract 200,000 and 147,000, you should get 193,000. Okay, guys, so I really did that very quickly. I hope you're all okay. And, once again, you just really need to learn which components make up appropriation. And then it's really, really easy to draw up the account. So I hope you're okay. Ask me questions. And otherwise, we're going to move on to the next part. So, boom, that's your appropriation account, really. And I guess I'm going to move on to the next video.